They call me Pounds here, I'm known as 9'7". 8 customs create, plus I rhyme. Great. Well,
YouTube, welcome back to another 978 Customs video. And finally, we got Peter Parker dressed in plain clothes. I think it's a school outfit. Property of ESU. So it was inspired from the Unlimited Spider-Man game, I think, or Ultimate Spider-Man app. Forgot what it was. But this was commissioned for a buddy of mine who actually gets a ton of commissions from me. He probably has the most of my work. And so every time he hits me up, I'm happy to make him something new. This took me a while to do. I actually been working on this for a long time. If I said that Aaron Aikman took me a while, this took me even longer. And another reason for that was the Peter Parker head sculpt wasn't released at the time when I was working on this. But now it's out. Here's Mary Jane. I'm gonna put her back to back with Peter Parker. The Peter Parker head sculpt is just a cast from this 2-pack, from the Toys R Us exclusive Spider-Man 2-pack. A friend of mine inboxed me and told me he was casting some heads, and I took a few of them, so thanks for that. But they do look good together. Mary Jane is a bit taller. I'm not sure if she's supposed to be in the comics. I know she's a model, so it's possible she's slightly taller than Peter Parker. And I think everyone will agree that this is the 2-pack we should have gotten. Maybe not this Peter Parker in specific, but just Peter Parker in general, alongside Mary Jane. That would have been a more rare and exclusive 2-pack, I think. And the all-new, all-different Spider-Man looks cool, so I'm grateful to have that as well. But that could have been released in the Spider-Man wave. It would only make sense, you know, especially when 2099, the all-new, all-different one was released in the previous waves. But here's the inspiration shots. I was provided with these images, and he asked me if I can just pretty much replicate this from the Spider-Man app. And I said, yeah, but I didn't have a head. And so we kind of brainstormed for a while, and I used originally the Ultimate Peter Parker head from the Space Venom wave. And it just didn't look right, so we brainstormed a little further, and then he sent me a head cast from the 12-inch Spider-Man, the symbiote one, but it wasn't painted, and so he just wanted that, and it just didn't fit, so I saved that for another project, which I sent him as well. You want to see that? So casted from the 12-inch Spider-Man and then shrunk down. This is what it is. We repainted it, but it just didn't look right. It fit good with the Pizza Spider-Man body, but it just didn't sit well with the Scarlet Spider-Man torso. So we waited, got the head cast, and it turned out pretty cool. To get into some work in progress pictures, it's just some sculpt along the back for the backpack and pockets, belts, some jean creases, sculpted around these arms as well. These are not Scarlet Spider-Man arms, they're Ben Reilly arms from the old Hasbro Spider-Man. They had the perfect wrist shooters, so I did that. Sculpted some sleeves. At first I dry brushed the cargo pants, but then decided to paint it flat. He's wearing cargo pants, so I did sculpt the pockets on the side of the legs. Sculpted some shoes. I painted the laces. Laces are hard to sculpt, especially on a 6-inch figure. But there it is, Mary Jane and Peter Parker. Looks like they're holding hands. They're really not. Her hand's in front of his. Looks like she's walking away like, let me take the lead, Pete. But I have no doubts that Hasbro will release a Peter Parker, so guys, don't worry. I just say keep in touch with the Unlimited game app. Anything they release that becomes popular, they're gonna eventually drop. That's why I was able to make the predictions on the Spider-Punk and the Cosmic and the Noir. Because if anything, they want sure shots, figures to fly off the shelf. Sometimes they'll give you a little more miscellaneous characters, but they'll be in the blend amongst great characters, so you won't really get too pissed off when you got a wave full of nice characters and maybe 1 or 2 mediocre ones. But Peter Parker definitely is a must-have figure. If you guys are wondering about the web pack, it's pretty easy. It's just some bendy wire attached to Sculpt. I can show you guys really quick. At first I made it a little smaller. You saw in the work in progress pics it was about half the size. But it didn't look like a pack, it just looked like a circle blob. And this came out pretty cool. You know, they're not bendy wire, they're actually webs that I bought off someone. But before that, this hole right here is just so it can sit well with the hoodie. You know, so when you put it over his shoulders, you'll have room. Well, you'll know where to rest it also, so you won't put it upside down. It won't fit upside down. It just fits that one way. And I tried my best to get some web lines in it. It's not the greatest, but it looks cool from certain angles. And these webs, again, I bought them off a friend of mine. I just cut them up and attached two sides to Sculpt, and I hooked one end. And all you gotta do is hook the loop, and they'll stay pretty much in place. I don't know, if you guys can figure out a better way to attach some bendy wire, let me know, but this is what I came up with. It's pretty easy though. It stays in place. It's not shaking off or anything. Hooray! Now Pete can renew his vows. But as usual, guys, if you like this video and you want to see more Spider-Man customs, feel free to like, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next. And don't forget to subscribe!
Well, my son and I shopped off and it was tempting. Almost let Spider-Man pass, but I had to get him. I picked a few more up, started collecting, feeling grand as I stand back and marvel at the legends. But quick inspections, I could notice imperfections. Every figure disfigured, so I figured I'd correct them. All of a sudden, I learned how to customize. Once I tried, after that, I was on a up and ride.